Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My draw, good morning to you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome. We going to get going. Kill a Cam, what's going on, man? Happy Wednesday. We're going to jump in. We're going to continue on and finish up this guy. Put him in focus here, so we're going to do that today. Mainly working on the orc head and the blade on the back of the pick. That's the whole thing. Crucial Blue, good morning, sir. Yeah, I think those are big projects. So we're going to start... Get a little bit of yellow out. Need a little bit of black, and then we got a couple washes here. Okay. I think we can start with that. So let's just kind of be efficient as we can. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. It's been very rainy here, but that's fine. Focus here. Some thin coats of Pearl Crow Warm Yellow on this stuff. Painting Son had a soccer game last night. It was a much better experience than his last soccer game, or any of his practices for that matter. So that was good. That was something we were working on. I'm gonna make so their team won. What's funny though, the team they played against doesn't have a coach. So it's hard to say, like, you know, man, their team did really good when it's like the team they played literally doesn't have a coach. It looks like a parent kind of stepped in to take over the games and stuff, is what I assume. But they did win, and they actually played a lot better. So Frankie Fingers, Cultured American, welcome in. We're going to get some of this Payne's Gray Wash as well. I just want a little bit, though. Just a little bit of this. Pull out of this little cap end. Yeah. Not quite enough. We'll put a drop down and pull it from there. What a nice, like, dark purplish blue color here. Everyone's Wednesday been so far. Merrick the Mad, welcome in. One Wicked Sis, welcome. Hold on. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. General Kenobi, yeah. Got Shatterpoint done. Oh, cool. All right. Let's gotta get them on their bases. Yeah. Painting skill epiphany. After painting for years, something clicked. Now I know how to paint transparent layers. What were you doing? What was the epiphany? And Synethol isn't pointless anymore. Nice. You gotta give us the breakdown at this point. Got off a 48-hour shift. Ooh. Now you're getting your oil change. Dang, dude. That's, what a lame and exhausting way to spend your time off. I did that last week, and I spent 4 hours at the stupid dealership, and they try to get me to do a bunch of things, and I'm not, and I'm going to do them myself. So yeah. Trying to make a Klinsky brush stop splaying. Alright. You wanna know why Votann skin's all lumpy? I have no idea. Yeah, they have like... It's almost like, makes you think it's like partially turning to stone, in a way. That's kind of been my, been my own, I guess, personal lore here, or something. Where's dollars to change? Yeah, dude, yeah. Go buy an air filter on Amazon for $10. That's what I did. Yeah, they're like, oh, I need your wipers changed. That's $150. Change your wipers. I was like, no, it's not. I spent $20 online and I got an air filter and wipers. I can do that. I'm about to start learning how to do some other stuff too, because I can't be paying their prices anymore. So, next project is learning how to flush brake fluid. I looked up, it doesn't seem too hard. It just takes a bit of time. Yeah. Boss Nass wouldn't pay to have his air filters and wipers. Yeah, no, he wouldn't. Boss Nass is truly a boss. He's got his life together. Priorities straight. The mechanic dad? Yeah. My dad is the mechanic dad, alright? He literally was a mechanic for 40 plus years. Can we turn Boss Nass into the channel's Chuck Norris? I mean, be the change you want to see, right? Like, we can... I have no issues with that. You should be the mechanic dad. That's true. No, you can be the mechanic dad if you want. I won't steal that from anybody. I'm going to get this coal black. I'm going to get some orc squig hair here. Don't forget your machine oils and incense. Yep, that's right. Just live streaming from under my car. You have to hold a flashlight? Yeah, I did. Yeah, we would do... I always loved this. I can imagine my dad was probably always stressed out, but the, like, take your kid to work day, when I was in, like, elementary and middle school and stuff, I always went to my dad's work, and me and my two older brothers would go, so the three of us just causing havoc. Mechanic shop, but he worked for a really big company, really big, like, auto mechanic company, and they had, I remember, like, he had his, like, station where blinker fluid is real. Yeah. Pulls out eye drops. Yeah. But they had, like, a huge like almost like a warehouse for tires, just to store all the tires. And we used to play hide and seek in the big tire warehouse. You'd be stressed having a street. Yeah. Dude, you're right. My dad was crazy about getting his work done too. Like, you know, he got paid by the hour, but it was like by the job, right? It's like the jobs you get done, you get paid for. And so he'd want to just knock stuff out. And he was very patient with us. You know, he let us, like, check tire pressure, and, you know, we'd help get the tires on the rotation thing and stuff like that. Like, we would or the what was that, like replacing tires, we'd put on the little thing, it would, like, pop. Yeah, there's, like, a whole bunch of stuff we would kind of, you know, help with. But morning, Sir Stroming Fish, how you doing? We would also help him change oil in cars, but at that point in his job, he was already kind of like one of the veteran mechanics at his shop, and oh fudge, yeah, um, he would tell us like it's in general it's a waste of his time to do oil changes because they don't pay enough for the amount of time a car is up on the racks or whatever. So for him it was a waste of time. But I remember he would have a car that would need an oil change while he's doing something else, and he would grab that job and we would do the oil change, my brothers and I. So my dad, he made me look for a left-handed hammer. That's so bad. Just trying to fish, welcome in. Oh man, I'm dying a bit today. I'm just telling you guys. I went to the gym and I decided to try something new. And the new thing is that I'm going to try to do cardio every day. And cardio isn't fun. And it's not like I'm not doing like a crazy amount of cardio or anything, but I decided to just, run after my workout. And I normally, when I do cardio, I ride like an exercise bike, but I decided I was going to try to run, and I wanted to run a mile. What's up, Mydro? On YouTube, getting the YouTube view numbers, appreciate it. So at the end of my workout, I ran a mile, and I'm feeling it right now. I feel like Palpatine in the end of Revenge of the Sith. I'm too weak. Cardio last night, but there's fires and smoke here. Oh yeah, you can't do that when there's yeah. Oh man. Let's do another coat of yellow here. Got time to dry. Okay, we're gonna do a bit of red. I'm gonna start with this red oxide, and we're gonna kind of get some of this the little like bloody bits in here. Get a little brush and do our highlights. See if we can't make it nice and visceral. Yeah, I've been doing like cardio, like a cardio workout like twice a week, but need to be doing it every day. So I figured, yeah, I'll tack a 10-minute run on the end of my weightlifting every day. And I'm dying. Like I'm still just that was more than 2 hours ago. I'm still like sweating. A cheap gym membership, go for the treadmill in the morning. Yeah, hey, that's cool, man. That's good. Anything you can do, right? Doing too much, you can't keep tracking the letters on the algorithm? Yeah. The alphabet dad. That's what this is gonna be. Gal, chat keeps telling me to do 30-40 minutes of cardio. Slow enough to ensure I can easily hold a conversation and keep my heart in the 120-130. Yeah, which is fair. Like, that's, I think as far as, like, cardio goes, you know, it's about the time. It's not about, your, like, your, how strenuous, right? But, I don't have that kind of time in the morning, so I have to compromise here. And I figure a 10-minute run is better than no run. Or better than a 10-minute bike ride, as far as exercise goes. Yep, HVAC, the plumber dad, yeah. Just do it all. I'm gonna be the gaming dad soon. We do live game streams. The deck dad? Dude, I hate staining. I absolutely despise it. I'm so bad at it. It's infuriating and time consuming and horrible. Yep. I will choose to mow my lawn 1,000 times before I restain my deck. Most important dad jobs are spider exterminator and roofer dads. No, I don't get on roofs anymore either. Last time I cleaned my gutters, I live in a bi-level, so it's like almost 2 stories high, like off the ground outside. And I was cleaning gutters, and my ladder gave out under me, and I fell off the ladder, and had to pay a lot of money to go to the hospital for that, to check out my brain and get a CAT scan and everything. I'm fine, so I didn't die or anything, but yeah, that was pretty much I'm done cleaning gutters.
Stay on target.
Am I off target? There we go. Thank you. Hey, Raja, what's going on? Yeah, Merrick, since you're here, you donated some money that last week, I think, toward the live gaming stuff. If you're in the Discord, go to the Discord, and there's a channel called the Hall of Fame. Jump in there and read what's up. Hey, Raja, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you, I appreciate that. That's 30 months. That's insane. Insane. Thank you. And yeah, you're also welcome into the Hall of Fame. You can go choose me. If I have time this afternoon, I'll get caught up on minis who need to be painted, or names need to be that need to be put on base plates there. But excuse me. Painting dad is the busy dad right now. I have to take my car into a body shop yet again. In the Discord, yeah, sweet. Hall of Fame is legit. You can become immortal. Forever be known throughout the Painting Dad community. So, you know, when I hit it big, people will hear your name for all eternity. You know, it's a small reward. Nothing too big. Just eternity. Okay, I want to get a little bit. Let's get a little bit orange. We got Captain Breadstick. Sergeant Breadstick was claimed by Dundersnuff. She was quick on the draw with that, so. Did the Fellblade get named? It did. The Fellblade is named. Everything that is not currently named is actually, I put a Google Doc in that Discord channel in the pinned comment. And you can look that up and you can see everything that's not currently named. Came prepared this time. Recalling left-handed paint model. You know, the one you painted with your offhand better than most of what I know. I don't think I ever had like a name for that one. Yeah, old lefty. Wait, we did have a name for it. What was it called? I can't remember. It was so long ago. Life choices, yeah. All of what you own is painted with your left. So you should try a right-handed painted model. Be good stuff. Okay, let's get another coat of yellow here. Mistake, that's his name. Yeah, it was a skink. Yep, Mistake. Has a very Lizardman appropriate name. Mistake the skink. Give my right arm to be ambidextrous. Yep, it was Mistake, but it was spelled, it was MIS''TAQ. Mistake. Because that's how Lizardman game names go. Okay, we're gonna do a bit of dark ivory. Yep. Your trip to King's Island, they got ruined by the... Oh, that's too cool. I gotta keep that. Yeah. I love it. I completely forgot about that. Raja. Yeah, John Hamm jump scare, dude. Yeah, what's going on? Raja, dude, send me a message. What mini you want painted? I'll paint one and I'll yeah, 150,000 channel points. So I'm going to paint a mini of Raja's choice and send it to him. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot about that. That whole channel point redemption. I was like, what is that? Come to Columbus and pass. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Man, alright, congrats on the 150,000 points. Jeez. Guys, if I'm not recycling dead memes here on this channel, then I don't know what I'm doing. So, I gotta channel that real, like, dad energy of just being a year late on all the cool stuff. Is that? I think it is. I mean, it was everywhere, like, last year, but... Is it still big? I didn't think it was that big anymore. Command points or channel points? I don't think you can redeem that twice in a day. You might have to wait till tomorrow. But no, you can absolutely redeem it. Now they're using it's dead now. Yeah, I have turned it into a dead meme. I'm not a corporation though, so... You know, it shouldn't be that bad. You should... I told you to. I don't want to hear it from Zen and Blue. I told you guys, redeem the channel points. You both have like 800,000 channel points. Redeem the channel points. And then I'll paint it for you. You're like, no. Yeah. I don't want to hear anything about, oh man, I should have done that. I mean, yeah. Earning a living is nice too, but this is something I specifically made for people who are here like day in, day out for years, you know? Yeah, just do it. Yeah, like my draw. Yeah, he never sent me anything. I just stopped asking him after a couple weeks. And not because I keep redeeming on stupid stuff. That's fair. You know, if you gift a sub, it gives you points at a faster rate. Just saying. I think bits do too. The first time you get bits and the first time you gift a sub every stream, it gives you more channel points. So I'm just throwing it out there. If you guys really want a free commission, you can pay a lot of money over a very long time. Consider it an investment, you know. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Yeah, redeem it a second time and send me 2 Tau drones, I'd be so mad. I'd be livid if that's what you did. If you sent me Tau drones to paint. Yeah. Someone's gonna send me a Gretchen or something. Be like, hey, can you paint this Legions Imperialis tactical marine for me? Please and thank you. Trajan Valorous would be cool. That'd be fun to paint. Need a Thanatar? Yeah, paint a Thanatar. Yeah, just one. Yeah, there's not the 3 or the 5 on a base. Yeah, just one Marine. I had to get the zoom all the way in. It'd be a nightmare. I'd probably get one of the big holders for it and just put the 1 mini on like a giant like mini holder. Yep. Return arrives in the mail. Paint that. So Merrick, my gentleman's agreement and gentle lady's agreement here with everyone with this channel point redeem is I will paint a single mini. All right, you get the mini in my hands and I will paint it. So that means you have to buy the mini, but I'll paint it and I'll send it back to you. Okay, the gentle person's agreement. Yes. But you know, I will paint the mini, whatever mini you send me. But if someone decides to send me something for pure torture, that might just end the channel point redeem after that. I will paint it, and everyone will know that you're the last one to get something painted when it's something like, yeah, when you're wasting a month of my time. Yeah. Yep. That is the thing. You know, the group will know who it was. And then we'll be done. So, yeah, no, we can still have nice things right now. You could have been first and last, yeah, which would have been hilarious on its own. Are there any big ones you just really want to paint that wouldn't end it? I mean, honestly, I don't know. Like, someone sends me Warlord Titan, I'll paint it and love it, and then we'll be done with it, right? Like, that's... yeah. Yeah, see, Frankie, I'm using peer pressure here from the social group to prevent people from breaking the rules, right? Could you assemble? I'd assemble something if you wanted it back to paint. Yeah, that's fine. Assembly's not bad on just about everything. Okay, we'll go just a little brighter on some of this. Although I'm gonna do a little bit of like blood stuff. Hey. There's the OG boss Nass. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. Yeah, don't be a Jar Jar, be a boss Nass. That's right. Yep. You guys know the difference. Thank you for the bits, man. Hey, again, Blue, go to the Hall of Fame and just pick a mini, dude. Since Fine cast million the billion gates. So, fun story. Somebody a couple years ago went to some random local store that was selling a bunch of stuff on clearance, and they bought a bunch of old minis, and they gave me one. And Blue, I have like 8 armies on that list. You never know I'm not always gonna play Thousand Suns, just saying. But they bought a mini and gave it to me to paint on stream. They're like, hey, this would be a cool one to paint on stream sometime. Like, okay, like, people give me minis to paint on stream sometimes, and it, you know, sometimes I get to them, sometimes I don't. It's just the way things work. But about, it might have been like 6 months ago, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna paint this mini and give it away. And it was a Tau mini. The mini was fine cast, and I think it actually had the fine cast branding on it, which is pretty incredible that it was still like unsold. I mean, it's not surprising it was unsold, but it was pretty insane. So It was, dude. Every Finecast is. That's the thing. There's no exceptions to that rule. So I was like, all right, like I'll assemble this mini, and I think I still have this. Let me show you. I'll grab it for you guys. I can show you. 1 second. Where are you? There he is. There he is. His old dusty packaging. This was the mini. It's this cool ethereal with honor blade. Look at that, cool mini, right? Right? Old sculpt. It is fine. Look, it has the Finecast branding. Okay, very simple mini. It was like 2 pieces. Is it even 2 pieces? It's 1 piece. I couldn't get to the assembly step. All right, let me show you some things with this mini. First of all, look at his wacky, wavy honor blade. But if we go in closer on the honor blade, look at the shape of it. Does that look right to you? Like, look at that shape. And then look at this. It's like somebody drew it from memory, right? And then we get down to the actual mini. So there's a tab that's like baked into the cloak here. Hold on, I'll use my brush. We'll point at things with my brush. You might need to file it down, and there's an extra tab where it was assembled. That's sitting right on the edge there. But if you look under this mini, you see the holes? You guys see the holes? And the this part of the cloak, it didn't sculpt, so it's just bubbled out and it's missing. We get into this, like this, even this blade here, this blade that is part of the cloak. You see how it's all part of the cloak? It's wavy. This is warped, and you can't fix this. There was more. What else did we have? His face looks so bad too. Like, he's got like a weird curled lip and stuff. Look at his face. It is impressively bad. Yeah. That's probably the best way. Even like you can see more on his spear. Right down here, there's this. You see this like metal piece right here, and you get under here, and it's just missing. It's gone. It's a bubble. There are bubbles under here. The bubble right there. That took a chunk out of the spear. Yeah, bubbles under his cloak here, and then on these, like almost every one of these plates here has a bubble on the corner of it. Yeah, his hair is like mis-sculpted. Yeah, and so I can fit. You probably can. Yeah, and this is not a terrible Finecast mini. I think just over the years, I had forgotten how bad Finecast minis are. Yeah, Forge World East models are definitely better than this. They smell worse. This doesn't smell bad, but otherwise the minis from Forge World East have a higher quality control. Yeah, this is why the store still had it. So I've had much worse minis from a Finecast standpoint. But when I opened this mini, the more I looked at it, the worse it got, and I was like, that's it. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna spend a week of my time like adjusting everything on this mini just to paint a crappy sculpt. Because even after fixing the things I can with all the holes and the weird missing sculpted parts and everything, it's still a bad mini. And there's still things I can't change. So I want to like this mini, and I wanted to use it and give it away, but I can't do that. So the mini's bad and you should feel bad. Exactly. Yep. Ooh, Merrick going Phobos Librarian. Alright, sweet. Very nice. Okay. We are coming back to this guy. Turning to a meme. Like a thick painted mini. That feels so bad. Just paint its face like super bad and like use that as like a close-up. It's only worth fixing if you like. Yeah, and when Finecast came out, I gave it a shot. I bought a couple Finecast kits. All of them I had to have GW replace the boxes. One of them 5 times to get a complete mini, which is wild. Like, could you imagine calling Games Workshop or like I think I actually gave like those phone call at the time. Yeah, I called them 5 times, their customer service, and they sent me a completely new mini 5 times, and it took that many times to get us like a glaive on the mini. It was the Finecast Succubus for Dark Eldar. 5 times to get a spear that was actually formed. It's like the stop memes, yeah. Yep. We want to do blood, and we gotta do this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some orange. Or do I take a dark orange and go super thin? Now let's do a darker orange and go thin. Do we do this one? Hold on, I like this orange red. Let's go orange red. No. No. I'm gonna go back to our classic burnt orange here. That down quite a bit, but then I'm going to add a little bit of the glaze and wash medium, so it kind of holds its form a little better. It's this Pro Acryl stuff here. I did see the new one-step paints are actually out. I haven't bought anything. I haven't. Again, I am trying to control myself, have some self-control here for the month of December, or not December, oh my gosh, did I say December? The month of May. Let's see. It's pretty thick. It's not bad. Self-control's overrated. Yeah, maybe. Is it for sale on the site yet? Yeah, Stolly had a video with like a review of them. And I watched it. It was a pretty decent review. He was kind of comparing them to other contrasts and stuff, and it was pretty informative. But yeah, they went on sale. I think the 18th was when they officially went on sale. Start with historical minis. Got good at sculpting weapons and fixing bubbles. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Historical minis are nice. They're typically much cheaper, but yeah, they do normally come with more flaws. I always wanted to collect historicals, but no one around me ever played historical games or had an interest to, so I just kind of left it. What do I do for blood effects? Yeah, okay, I think it's this crimson, right? Is that my color? Yeah, dark crimson. I can get that ready while we're at it. I want it to be super thin. We'll put just a little bit in there. See if we can't mix it up and make something out of this. How's that? Way too thick. So we're gonna do, we'll thin it with Flow Improver. Need a lot, just a little. Could be a historical guy. Every community has one. Yeah. I think I know bolt action was getting a little bit of traction over the past year or so, and then it seems like Conflict 47 really took over from like the community there, and I don't care for Conflict 47, so not my cup of tea. But it's also like, when it all comes down to it, it's another army to paint, another thing. That's a good blood color right there. Yep, zoomed in a little too far. But quality minis were lead historicals. Yeah. I really like Perry miniatures. Perry Brothers do a great job with minis in general, so they're always, to me, they're like the gold standard for just like a good quality miniature. Recruit army. I think I'll pick up dark blue pack and yellow for my kit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they are different. So, don't grab those one step expecting them to just be a replacement for contrast. From what I've seen at least from Stolly's video, is that they don't have quite the same like contrast properties that normal contrast paints have, because contrast paints use like very, very fine pigment, and that's one of the reasons they're able to flow and be so thin. And your heavier contrast paints, and in my opinion the worst contrast paints, are the ones that have like more, I guess, larger pigment particles, like more acrylic pigment in them, which are like your Ultramarines blue and the Dark Angels green and like the Leviathan purple or whatever. You guys know the ones I'm talking about, right? That are just like dark and opaque and everything. And my understanding is Monument Hobbies, their one-step paint is it's essentially a mix of pigments. So we gotta put some blood on this dude in other places, right? It's more like those heavily pigmented contrast paints, and not so much like those nice thin flowy paints. And what that does is it makes they're much more opaque. So maybe when you thin it with their medium, they have some better properties, and I hope that they thin out well with like other mediums too. That would be really nice and would help them a lot, make them a little more versatile. But they themselves are very opaque. They cover a flat surface really well, which is something that contrast paint has a hard time doing. But it seems like the contrast isn't quite there with them. They don't have the same level of contrastability that these paints are kind of known for. So right, yeah, I don't think they would replace that. Yeah, unless you are thinning them with something. They don't seem like the kind of paint that would change that. It's always been a thing. Now we have ink and medium called contrast paint. Regular paint uses pigment, which is fine powder. So contrast paint doesn't use inks. They don't use dyes like inks do. They still use pigment, like dried pigment. The difference is that the pigment they use is like much more finely ground. Did he make a test board? I think he did, or he was working on it. He mentions it in his video. It's also been a good week or more since I've watched that video, so I don't remember his exact plans. Probably the best contribution to the community. Yeah. It seems like those are really popular. Yeah. We're gonna grab you, and we're gonna mix you. Some more of you. A little more. Something like that. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I used to use contrast quite a bit. I still have some regular things that I'll paint with contrast paint, and I like it. It has its purpose. Yeah, I'm not like a 100% contrast paint user. Grab these edges here. I'm doing this off camera, my bad. A little harder. That's looking good, actually. I like that a lot. Like the Juan Hidalgo method of highlights over contrast base? Yeah. Yeah, putting highlights over contrast is good. Use it as like that first step, right? And it kind of works well. Hey, MechTech, welcome in. We're doing well. Remember when it's raining is nice. Are you saying you're trying to spray paint and you can't? Contrast, and then yeah, playing a good game. What you playing? Yeah, contrast definitely looks like contrast, I think, most of the time, and it's hard to get away from that, just like ending with the contrast layer. Playing Windrose, okay. I always think of Windrose as the band. And just start singing, you know, I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. I have some old forbidden paints here. Is what I'm doing. You're not a dwarf, you're not digging the hole. That's too bad. Lamenter's Yellow Glaze. I have the 4 glazes GW made. I love these. They're so good. Kid hates painting, so he loves contrast paint. Yeah. Contrast paint is great if you want to get the job done quick, right? Like that was always the selling point, is like, hey, look how easy and quick this is. And that's, you know, all of the marketing. There's express paints and speed paints and one step, and like they, you know, the companies know the motivation for people to use these. And what's nice about contrast is you do some prep on the model and you can make contrast look amazing. Yeah, Monument. Yeah, they increase prices. That makes sense. Oh, you're like watching the brushes too, aren't you? You're all into that right now. Let's grab this. Gotta follow the trends, dude. You falling down a rabbit hole. Yeah, that's the way to put it.
Look at me!
Oh, where am I looking? Let me know. This one just a little bit. Highlight there. Discord, finished projects. All right. See it. My stream disconnected. Stupid Microsoft sending me stuff. Hey, oh, it's Shatterpoint. Sick. You got the Mandos, yeah, Bo-Katan. Like Siege of Mandalore Mandos, and then Anakin in the 501st. Oh, we got, is that Kalani there? Very cool. Nice. Looks great, Culture American. Thank you for sharing. All right. Sorry. Message I had to read there. But, no, solid stuff, guys. Check out Culture American's minis. Shatterpoint minis. Okay. I'm happy with this. I'm really happy with it. We're going to do more coats of this glaze, but otherwise, I think we're pretty good. The undercoat and just use contrast. Yeah, yep. You know, it is really nice to get the backlog done, right? To just spend some time going through that. Yeah, and Raja, I think it's a great idea doing that to get Simone's done. And I kind of wish I had some more like organic armies to be able to do that with. I collect too many Space Marines. Hey, Greenleaf. How you doing? Vespids are begging to be made into Vespids? Hey, Merrick. Thank you so much for subscribing. Dude, go pick out another mini. Go to the Hall of Fame. Anyone who subscribes, gives bits, donates toward our live gaming goal. You guys get to be in the Hall of Fame. Instructions are in the Discord, but we inch ever closer toward our goal. Getting this equipment and getting these streams going. From Under Destruction, we'll be back to make them look like Yellow Jackets. That's right, yeah. Pick another mini, Raja. Go. Goes the 5. So my draw, what happened was it wasn't registering people when they were subscribing yesterday. There were a few people that skipped. Blue, thanks for gifting that, man. Thanks for gifting that. So a couple people subscribed and it didn't register. So what I did is I went into Twitch, which that's a Twitch goal. It's like through Twitch, not like Streamlabs or anything. I went through and tried to change it, and I couldn't change it. And instead, what I did, because I pushed a button, it ended the goal. And so I reduced the goal by 10 subs, which is what we were at, and then restarted it. So instead of 100, it's at 90. So those subs are registered. But I can't start the goal and then put like, oh yeah, we're already at 10 out of 100. I had to start it from 0 because there's no like leeway on the Twitch goals in that way. So yeah, the Twitch goals are not as good. They're easier to put like in the in the screen and everything. I don't have to mess around with Streamlabs or whatever, but and they look a little nicer, but they're not they're not as customizable. Okay, Bloody Orchid. Got this nice pickaxe. I could do... Here's what I can do. Whoa, my draw. Thank you for cheering 65 bits. Guys, we're inching toward the goal. We probably got like $150 toward the goal or so. Trying to get to 600, and it's gonna give me all the tools. Each year 35. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you. Got your 100. Go pick a mini. Go to the Hall of Fame. So yeah, I have specific equipment I need to get. I have lighting. I have nice sound panels, like acoustic paneling. I have a room to do all this. I need a couple bracket type materials, and basically like I'm gonna start with a webcam. I'm gonna see if a webcam is suitable. I found some nice webcams that are possible to use here. Zen has offered to let me try an old webcam of his. So I'm going to see if that works for now as like a budget solution so we can do the streams. I have lighting. I need a computer I can stream on from that room because it's a separate room from what I'm in now. So we need that, and then we need a screen for that computer and also something to read chat while we're playing games. So all of those things are what this money's going toward, 100%. So we traded in our old phones. Yeah, we got new phones last spring, and we traded our old phones in, which is unfortunate because they would have been perfect. So, and I don't have a phone that left that has any kind of camera. They're all extremely old because we hold on to our phones way too long. But that may be a thing with a dice cam. If people want a dice cam and we can figure out how to do it, we'll get dice cam going. I just want to get some basic stuff, run some streams, and then we'll move from there. And the whole goal is weekly streams. Saw this earlier. I learned something today. On the way to the prison transport, Mandalorian Episode 6, The Prisoner, Bill Burr's Mayfield makes fun of Mando's refusal to move the helmet. He wonders if Mando's a Gungan underneath the armor and subsequently asks, is that why you don't want to show your face? That's pretty incredible. Yeah. Yeah, webcams are cheap. Yeah. I found... because my original idea was let's buy a cheap camcorder and use a cheap camcorder, but webcams are easier to implement and they have the same like resolution and quality as like a camcorder, just without the microphone and the recording ability. I don't need it to have recording ability. I don't need something that's portable. It's going to sit in one spot, you know, like it's so the webcam ends up being probably the perfect solution. Yeah, and it's a much cheaper solution. So that's one of the reasons my budget can be where it's at. I had to get a microphone for that room. That's another thing that's on that list, is like an omnidirectional microphone. So I want to hang it in the middle of the room so we can just kind of talk not have to worry about lav mics, because I hate lav mics. I've tried so hard to make lav mics be a thing, and it has never been a thing. One of those ASMR mics? I already have an ASMR mic, dude. That's what I have. I can speak into the mic really slow and close, and my voice becomes very much ASMR. But I don't do that to you guys, because that's creepy. Need rigging? Using aluminum conduit. Yeah. Hey, Merrick, thanks for the bits. You choose another mini, man. Guys, you could choose all the minis you want as long as they're fitting, you know, like as long as you got the stuff with it. All right. Smart Destroyer. Captain with the Power Sword. So Captain with the Power Sword is a command model. Let's see. Yeah, so command models, Merrick, are the, let's see, let me make sure I have this right. Yeah, command level minis are like 1,000 bits, 2 subs, or $10 donation, or if you're $10 Patreon tier. So yeah, I got it in the pinned mini there, or the pinned post, kind of the levels in which you choose the minis. So yeah, the ASMR mic is weird. Yeah, the aluminum conduit was something Zen was actually talking about. He had mentioned that, but I think what's easier than the conduit is just I found just things I can anchor into the ceiling. I can find a stud. If there's studs in decent places where I can hang them, then I can just hang a like a piece that I can clamp the mic onto. Oh, okay. Merrick, all right, you get your command mini, dude. My entire Ultramarines army is just gonna be named Merrick the Mad. That's what it's gonna be. Thank you, though. Thank you. Almost a quarter to that bit goal. Also, random thing, because we're gonna keep talking about it. Any of these, where is it? Let's point there. Any of these goals, when they hit 100%, each one of those is a stream. The painting wife is going to come on stream with me. So whether she paints minis or play video games, she's great. So, you know, I did marry her, so I think she's great. But should be a fun stream. But each one of those will get us a stream with painting wife. Omega Des, welcome in. How you doing? It's 2 minis. Okay. All right. You're saying that because you have to? Yeah. Man, I used to work. I worked a lot of jobs in my life. One job, I worked at this warehouse. Your desk clean for the Red Terror. Is that this weekend when that comes out? The Red Terror? Exciting though. But I worked at this place for 7 years. And I worked with a bunch of boomers. That's what yeah. It's great. It's good stuff. And every day, these dudes and, you know, a couple ladies that worked there, they would spend all lunch just complaining about their spouse. How much they hated their spouse. All the horrible things they did and everything. I never participated, mainly because I don't have negative things to say about my wife, but if I did, the last people I would tell are people I work with. Like that's stupid. If I have a problem with my wife, I talk to her about it. My family thinks my wife is perfect because I've never once complained about her to them. So yeah. So anyway, For years I work at this place, and it's everything. And I have all kinds of stories about these guys complaining about their spouses, or this woman complaining about her husband who makes like 300 grand a year, and he buys a boat and he wants to go on his boat every weekend. She hates it and she complains about it. I'm like, this dude is making bank so you can have everything you want, and you're whining about about him wanting to be on a boat. Anyway, whole thing. One day this guy comes up to me and we're just chatting, and it's one of the whiners, the guy that complains about a bunch of close friends. Yeah, and people have flaws, and that's a thing. But my wife is my best friend. We've been together since we were teenagers. We have been together actually 21 years on May 30th, and we've been married for 16 years on May 30th. So, we've been together a while. But this guy comes up to me and he's like, you know what? He's like, I have never heard you say a negative thing about your wife. And I kind of laughed and I was like, why would I? like, what good would that do? But it just, after like years of it, this guy notices and mentions something. Yeah, I told him the same thing I told you guys. If I had a problem with my wife, I would not be talking to you guys about it anyway. But 10 years more, yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there. It takes some work, mainly because I'm an idiot, but it does take work. I'm liking the mini. I need to put more. I'm gonna make that more yellow. The nice thing about these glazes, they cover really well. All partners have many flaws. Yep. There you go. Ultra American has crap opinions about Star Wars movies, but it's good relationship advice. It gets you up the myth tree. I almost read that really wrong, my draw. I gotta be honest. I was like, wait a minute. Second best thing to have. Yeah. I get it, man. My draw, man, calm down. We get it. I used to be a lot more privy to all these like southern sayings, but not so much anymore. My circle has shrunk a lot, so my social circle. It's awesome. Treat people well and keep people that treat you well. Yeah. Don't remember what you're talking about. I don't either. Is that PA? I have no idea. I'm not from Pennsylvania. Was your partner got to my wife, she could not care less at all about Warhammer. She will watch the Warhammer 40k TV series when it comes out, solely because it has Henry Cavill, and I'm fine with that. She's a surprising big fan of his. Better watch out, Vanny. Honestly, yeah. Yep. Cavill might help sell Warhammer to my partner. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Omega. Yeah, I'm in a similar boat though. Yeah. My wife and I, our first date was seeing Star Wars Episode 3 in theaters when it came out. On May 30th, 2005. So I remember I was talking to her for a little bit, and that was something neither of us had seen the movie yet, so we made sure that we saw it with each other first. She's been playing Heroes Might and Magic with me. So we might have to play that on stream. Olden Era. It's so good, guys. I've been enjoying that game so much. But we can play that hot seat, or we can play simultaneous turns. Hot seat's more fun, I think, if people are watching, because you can watch both players play on the same screen. But play and not finding a person with which to play, and on occasion do it anyways. That isn't love. I don't know what it. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's great, my drill. She's a closet Trekkie. Oh, that's no good. What are you doing, man? One of my favorite movies is Fanboys, and the way they talk about Trekkies is incredible in that movie. The, like, feud. You're not selling the phaser. Why is it in the store? Oh yeah, Blue gets beat up by his wife in 40K. Maybe outside of 40K. Yeah. No, we can see his face. Man's not sporting any black eyes or anything, you know. One more thing. I'm just gonna keep doing little things on this mini until I have it right where I want it. This brown gray wash dried out really quick. Okay, very thick. Body shots behind the bruise. Probably not the place to get into specifics. Painting, playing, everything to do with that. She collects bugs, robots, knife ears, and has contemplated others. Yeah. See, once you guys get into Middle Earth, then it'll be awesome. I think this Sunday, Blue, is gonna be a Middle Earth release day for Rohan. Some more like the writers of Rohan and everything. I don't remember what minis you said Mini was interested in, but it's anything Rohan adjacent. Yeah, it should be this Sunday. I'm assuming it's like the last decent size release they have. It's that or like guard tanks. It very well could be just two guard tanks and that's it. But that's right, it was Wormtongue and Saruman. I'm gonna tell you about this game, alright. Saruman is fine, but if you bring Saruman, you bring Wormtongue, he's super cheap. And Grima Wormtongue is probably the most troll and annoying mini in the game. It's wild. What you do, his rules, you bring him, the dude's like 20 points. Alright, he's barely more than like a regular infantry. And when the enemy is deploying, you deploy Wormtongue with one of the enemy warbands. And you can do a couple things, but one of the things is you pick one of the enemy heroes, and that enemy hero is just, I think that's what it is. Yeah, that enemy hero is like debuffed for the whole game. Also, any heroes within like a 6-inch bubble of Grima, in order to use a might point, which most heroes have 2 or 3 might points in a game that like are significant for the game. It's like the whole like action economy of the game. If a hero within like 6 inches of Grima wants to use a might point for anything, they have to spend 2 to use 1. So you just like burn all of your heroes like might points to do like one simple thing. Like, you know, that's like your potential, like your gameplay moves. And the entire time he's doing that, he cannot be attacked at all. The enemy can't attack him. They can't target him with anything. There's nothing. He counts as a friendly model to them because, you know, he's just there giving bad advice. As soon as Saruman takes wounds, then I think Grima is able to be targeted. Yeah, Mydrall. So he basically turns a 3 might point hero into a 1 might point hero. Yeah, yep. The other thing he can do is he can deploy alongside an enemy artillery piece. So a giant ballista or a catapult or a trebuchet or whatever. And what he does is if he touches the artillery piece, so like the start of the first turn, he just breaks it. Okay, he can be killed with in the way shots, which is a hilarious way to set something up to try to kill Grima. Okay, so there's one cheese way of killing him that's almost never going to happen. But yeah, you could just touch an artillery piece and then he destroys it. It just automatically breaks it. The artillery is no more for the game. But then Grima can be targeted. So you kind of pick one. If the enemy is relying on their artillery, Grima just destroys it at the very start of the game before it does anything, no matter what. But then he's done. Or he runs around and he trolls your heroes for the whole game. Unless you can get a lucky hit on Saruman, which most players playing like White Hand is what that's called, or like Isengard, will kind of keep Saruman out of harm's way. Because Grima is a bigger force multiplier sometimes than Saruman is. Even though he's the 200 point model and Grima's like 25. So, it's super troll. Yeah, and you pair that with the literal like Space Marines of Middle-earth with the Uruk-hai, and it becomes a really nasty army to fight against. But they're cool. Uruk-hai are cool. Grima's cool. It's a cool army. May chip a wound off him with the in the way, but killing him outright would be nuts. Yeah. Which I think the new FAQ, Surstrami Fish, is if Saruman gets wounded, you can target Grima. So you don't have to like outright kill him anymore just to do that. If you have Gandalf, that could negate some of Wormtongue. Trying to think. I don't think Gandalf specifically counters Wormtongue. No, which Grima is kind of he's been like an issue in this edition, so they have nerfed some of the stuff that he does. Yeah, no, I don't think Gandalf has a specific thing to go against Grima. It also hurts because if you play, so there's good and evil armies, right, in Middle-earth. If you play an army of good, you can't, like with a bow and arrow, you can't shoot at an enemy if it were to threaten your own unit. So like, if you had one of your own models in between your target and your archer, you can't shoot at him because you have to test and there's a chance that you hit your own soldier that's in the way. Good armies can't do that. Or if two models are like locked in combat, you can't target in the combat. Evil models can. So they can target models, even if friendly models are in the way or in combat and there's a chance to kill your own models, but since they're evil, they don't care, and that's just what they can do. So Grima's standing between like you and an enemy model. Like with your archers, you can't target those models because Grima counts as a friendly model, and so mess with you. But if you're an evil army, yeah, you definitely do it, because the worst that happens is you kill Grima, right? So yeah, he's definitely a mini that always gets his points back, though, even if he doesn't kill a single thing. I'm happy. I'm happy with the mini. Yeah, Easterlings are cool. The Easterlings, they have a Forge World mini. It's like the king. I don't know what he's called. I can't remember what he's called. But I think he is the most broken mini in the game, and he was in the last edition, and he was a newer mini, which was kind of like okay, but yeah, he is disgusting. He's on a big like palanquin. He just wrecks everything. But yeah, it's a Forge World mini. Otherwise, Easterlings are fine. Easterlings are relatively cheap to collect too, because you have basically 2 plastic boxes you can just buy a bunch of, and you can make an entire army. You don't have to rely on metal minis. Dude's cool. Is cool. Excuse me. You can run Sauron. Yep. Yeah, the original. It's the only Sauron mini that they've ever had. But yeah, there's Isildur lying next to dead Elendil with the broken blade, holding it up, and Sauron's reaching for it. Yeah, a lot of Middle Earth minis back in the day that came out as like dioramas. So they had theme sets that were dioramas, and yeah, Sauron was that was his mini. Yeah, Sauron's really strong. He's super expensive. Yeah, there might be a plastic Sauron soon. That would be cool. I don't know though. I don't know. But a lot of the sepia down. We're gonna try to change some tones on some mini here. Easterlings and a bunch of Oliphants. Yeah, Mumakil are cool. The most disgusting army I ever played against in this game was Harad. Was the Haradrim. They didn't take Mumakil. They took it was like this weird combo of just a ton of archers with rerolls, and rerolls in that game are very strong. And this person just abused it really hard. Let's try that. Well, finger painting. Yeah, look. No, we were finishing up this guy here. Beric Stormbrow. And then I'm gonna zoom out a bit actually. I got all kinds of random minis on the desk. We'll push those to the side. Push that to the side. Nothing happening. And I have this mini. So this was sent to me along with everything else, and I haven't painted this mini at all. So this is how this mini came to me. And my understanding is the client bought this mini and it was at this stage. So they were asking me to basically finish the paint job and turn this into like a really, really weathered mini. And I also have the cannon here. It's also missing the gun, so I put the gun on. I had spares because I've painted 3 or 4 of these already. But I put the railgun on here. So this is something I'm going to work on painting. My first step is to change the hue of this white a little bit. It doesn't have to match things exactly, but I do want it to match better than it does. So, you know what, I just realized this back piece is missing. I wonder if I might just have a piece to fill that in. I don't have to do that. So, but we're going to start. I'm going to cover all this white. I'm going to take a wash, and I'm thinning down the Seraphim Sepia with glaze and wash medium. And I'm going to see if I can't make at least like a bit of a tint. Play against was Bearnings when they came out and the Bears had Fort Feeling of Pain. Yeah, I played against Bearnings at the tournament I went to last month, and it was ridiculous. I felt like I did really well, even though I scored like 0 victory points against the guy. I did have a turn 1, my Dwarf Ballista, the Khazad-dûm Ballista. I almost one-shot Beorn. He just passed his fate roll. If he didn't pass his fate roll, I would have one-shot Beorn with a Ballista on turn 1, which was pretty incredible. Would have been hilarious, because that's like the centerpiece for that army, right? Beorn and the other dude. But no, I had awful luck against that guy, too. Like, the fight should not have gone that bad, and I was wounding him on like 4s, rerolling 1s on almost my whole army, and I couldn't roll a 4 or a 1 to like save my life. It was bad. Okay, we're mixing this paint up. Let's get a little bit of this color here. There. We're going to try it on this turret first. Yeah, so we're going to get just a little bit of a tonal shift here. I want to put my idea is to take some Noosh, the weathering powder, or the weathering pigment, or medium, or whatever. I'm going to take some paint, and I want to add some like rust and corrosion. I want to do that from like all the bolts that are hanging around. But this is just where we're starting. We're starting with this. Yeah, I went 2-1 with my dwarves, but it was a solid showing overall. One of the armies I played, the other army I played, one of them was the only other Khazad-dûm army at the event, and we matched each other turn 1. We had a gentleman's agreement that this was a practice match. It was for fun, and literally nothing happened. We shuffled across the board at each other, and I ended up killing more models than he did. Or I killed his one banner, and he couldn't kill all my banners, and then I got extra VP for that. So that was literally the game. And then my second game was against the Bjornings, and then my third game was against Killicam, which we laughed at, but also we're like really, like we play each other every tournament we go to. My most fun game of the day was against Killicam, but I did beat him. I had crazy good luck. And I've done really well with my dwarves against him when we practiced and everything too, so it was a nice like chill game though to have as a third round. Yeah, I think this is enough of like a tonal change with this mini. I don't think it has to be crazy. This person also, they primed this mini or base coated this mini with this color, then painted in everything. But getting just like rust kind of dripping and sliding down each of these little bolts will take time. It'll be fun. Tomorrow, that's kind of my big project, is working on this mini. Because the last mini I have to paint for this lot. We're gonna paint this mini, and then And then we're also going to be tuning in all together to the Warhammer Skulls event. We can hear some of the latest video game news involving Warhammer games. If that sounds good to you guys. Sounds like fun to me. Pokemon pre-release? You always make a big deal out of, oh, it's you, my arch nemesis, bow before, fight your elders. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that's great. No, Cam and I found out we were on the same table, and he was like, well... like, oh, you never know. And then his Grima couldn't help him. And then, my luck at tournaments when I play against him specifically just goes ballistic. And it's like such a one-sided game when all of our games are so close. And I feel terrible because I'm like, none of this game reflects our skills here and the actual matchup. This is literally just me rolling a 6 80% of the time. Oh man. You'll see some rematches with Killa Cam when we do some live gaming streams. He's someone I'm going to have on a lot. You want to see him crush me in like 40k or 30k, because that's definitely going to happen. That dude always beat me in 40k. So... could do very well with an oil wash. Yeah, I'm planning on doing some oils or some similar things. Yep. I'm picking up what you're putting down. We're gonna grind this mini up. That is the whole purpose of me painting this mini for this person, is to make it look all weathered and gross. So right now I'm just trying to get this tone a little more similar to what we have on the rest of the army, which is kind of that bone off-white color. And it doesn't need to match exactly, but I think I have a couple oils, a couple colors, but I was thinking Noosh might be a good solution if I can't find specific colors that I need to use. Have any vehicles? Yeah, Thousands have vehicles. They have rhinos and predators and stuff, I think. They at least have rhinos and land raiders. Painting Son has his last day of school tomorrow. It's gonna be crazy. You guys will probably be hearing from him a lot this summer. And I'm wanting to do family game streams, like family board game nights and stuff. The painting family is on board. I think it sounds like fun, so we'll be doing that. That might be like irregular stream times, so maybe a game night or something that we do on stream. I have to tell Painting Wife to cool it. She gets troll when she's on stream. God, what's up, Marath? Does that command not work? Is that what it is, or don't tell me you don't have the channel point. I thought that was a cheap command. Oh, okay. Oh, it is 2K. Dang. All right, man. I priced you out of a market, didn't I?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Toby, you're terrible. Absolutely terrible. I liked it too much, yeah. Blue's sitting on a casual 200,000 points or something, so. I don't mind the colors on this mini so far though. Like it's not poorly painted by any means. It's really well done. I have seen and worked with much worse. Okay. I think that's our. We got a little bit left here. These things. Those ones. Got those weapons. Yeah. Okay. A little bit of a tonal change. Rain for days. Yeah, it's a good looking mini. And we painted that piece. Okay, so everything is kind of matching up. I think what my steps are with this mini, if we figure out what we got to do. I think we paint some of the bolter casings black. Yeah, it's an easy thing. I need to paint this actual railgun. It just primed right now. So we need to get that together. I need to work on all of the, I don't know what to call it besides like lattice work in between. And that's going to be black. So that's black. Okay, so we can paint some black. Probably do that today. Yeah, the tires look good. Man, we have to paint tires. End up doing some dry brushing on the tires. But I think after that, then we just get right into oil washes. And we just grind the thing up until we have something we really like, and then we work on like maybe some of the lights and stuff. But otherwise, like this mini doesn't look bad. Yeah, I think we just gotta create space here, so let's get rid of some of this paint on the wet palette. Bounce. All right, Blue, you have a good one, man. Thank you so much for all you're doing. And just hanging out and chatting, I appreciate it. All the things. large brush. Anybody else watch The Boys series finale today already? I watched it this morning, and I thought it was pretty good. They did cram an entire season's worth of material into one episode, which was pretty crazy. I was surprised they did such a thing, but, you know, 3 years ago or whatever, when I was watching this show and I knew the ending and like how it was, you know, supposed to end according to the comics, I had much different opinions on how they would end the series. Cool. Did that part. Let's get a smaller brush. Keep it simple at first, and then we run back in and fill in the details. Likely far too vulgar. Yeah, it is. It is an absolutely vulgar show. Have to be particularly careful around these windows because I do not have a replacement paint for these windshields. I have no idea what color this is. It's probably a color shift color, but I don't own it. First bit on that. It's hoping to come together. Hey, Jaded Valkyrie, what's going on? Hope you're having a nice day. Inner ear infection. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Yep, this is the Hecaton Land Fortress. I just started on it. I actually came mostly painted. And my job is going to be to finish it, but also to weather it down a whole lot. So... hopefully we get some good progress in, and we can finish it up this weekend or early next week, and get this stuff mailed back to the client. So we're gonna take a more detailed brush. And we're gonna go in on all the like inner wall parts. This. Spinning so fast. Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible. Alright. First little window done. Finish up with the Mecha Dwarf. I did! Yeah, here's here's our finished dwarf. Sorry, a little zoomed out, but we'll take some more pictures. We'll post pictures here when it's every tooth on the left side of my face. Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, I've never had an inner ear infection. I hope I never have to deal with one. One of these bad boys on eBay. Oh, nice, John Lockridge. Good deal. These minis are a project. They're big, but I mean, this one had, came to me almost completely painted, so this is about me doing all the fun stuff and the experimental things, so. And the nicest Hecaton I've painted so far. A Sagittar. Oh, cool. All right. Teenage daughter to put her hopes and dreams in her pocket. Oh, out of pocket hopes and dreams. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. That's a thing. I have painted my share of Votann vehicles. Ooh. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, alright. Sorry about that, guys. Getting important phone calls here. Instead of taking my car back to the body shop to get a wheel repaired, I might have the wheel repair guy come out to me and do it. He also said he's going to call me back in a few minutes, so see if we can get that together. Okay. Second windshield has its color. Go around and get this third one. Anybody here watch Survivor? I think their season finale is tonight. I am not very much into Survivor, but my wife and son are really into Survivor. I think it's currently the 50th season of Survivor. So they're all hyped and everything. You only watch WWE Survivor Series? Okay. I love that I have a time. Yeah. That Survivor. My mom lives out of state, and every year she does something called Grandma Camp, where all of her grandkids, at least the child age ones, come and spend a week or two with Grandma and Grandpa. And been doing that every summer for the past like 4 or 5 years. And she does themes every year too. I don't think she's doing a theme this year. I think the kids are kind of aging out of themes. But last year the theme was Survivor. So my mom had a Survivor flag made for all the kids, and they put it up at the start of camp, and they took it down, and they had torches. And there was no voting members off because that would be awkward. But she had them do like different survivor challenges and stuff. Oh man, I was really into wrestling when I was like 8. But I'm not into soap operas, so. I did work with a guy who I think in some way like believed that like the stories and the wrestling from like WWE or whatever were real. And I remember someone pointing out to him that it's not real. And he got very upset when someone mentioned it wasn't real. And as far as I know, this gentleman didn't have any, diagnosed learning disabilities or anything, but it was pretty crazy that he was so adamant in defending the veracity of WWE wrestling.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Zarin Prime, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Depends on what you mean by real. Feats are real, the actual punches aren't. And that doesn't think it's a show is silly, but I couldn't do it. Yeah, like it definitely like the dudes are doing acrobatics and stuff, certainly, but the drama and the feuds and everything are very much part of the show, right? It's game plan for the rest of the week. So I'll be streaming tomorrow, and we're going to continue working on this hackathon tomorrow. And at, I believe it's 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, so my 1 o'clock p.m. Games Workshop has a stream called the Warhammer Skulls event. And it is a video game like preview announcement stream for various Warhammer games and updates and all that. And I want to tune in and do kind of a watch along with everybody, maybe while I continue to paint, or I might just stop and watch and enjoy the show. But there's a lot of video games I'm interested in and that I follow and that I want to hear news about, so I feel like that's a fun thing we can all do together. So that's what we're gonna do. But leading up to that, I'll be painting this guy. And it's going to be a lot of weathering things, so I think my next step after this black is done, which we're about done with, is going to be big old weathering wash on it. And we're going to start the griming process. Like pretty hard, draw blood. Watch care particularly. I'd be impressed if all the blood was fake. Yeah. I think there's definitely times where it's fake with the blood and times where it's not fake. But I don't think they intentionally make each other bleed. At least not anymore. I think back in like the old days, that's what they would do. They would take like little razors and like cut their eyes and stuff and their forehead and do all that. But another coat of black on rail cannon here. Yeah, next week we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I have possibly a strange week next week. Due to the painting son being home and there's some house repairs I need to do. That might have to happen during one of the stream days. But we're going to try to paint something fun. That's going to be the plan. If you know, we'll finish this mini and then we're going to do probably try to continue / finish some Legion minis. And try to get myself ready for this league. I have to get some extra things out. Yeah, more Star Wars. Yep. I'm actually driving out the movie theater after stream today to go buy tickets for a movie on Friday. Because when you buy tickets online, they charge you enough fees to about double the cost of your ticket. So I said no thanks to that, and I am going to just go buy the tickets. Yep, and save myself $25 or whatever. But we wanted to make sure we got tickets to the movie, even though I don't think Mandalorian's going to be a huge release. But yeah, definitely want to make sure that we get seats where we want. So that's the plan. But we made some good progress. We finished up this guy. I'll zoom in here. Hold on. Our Barrack Stormbrow. Cool stuff. And yeah, we got this mini. So tomorrow, again, we'll be working on this some more. And maybe tonight during the hangout, we are doing Patreon hangout tonight. Tonight during the hangout, I think I might put some weathering on this mini and also paint some of my own stuff tonight. I think it's a painting night on hangout tonight, which I am looking forward to. But with that, I think I'm going to call stream there, especially since I'm waiting on a call from my dang phone number plugged in. That's great. Good job, phone. Oh, hey, cool. Now it's charging. But yeah, waiting on a call from somebody. Don't have time to start a thing on this mini. So we're gonna use this time. I'm gonna run some errands, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow about 11 a.m. Eastern, Eastern Daylight, that is. And again, we're gonna be painting, and then we're gonna do a watch along with the Games Workshop stream. So we'll make that happen. It should be a fun time. You guys have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, and I will see you all in the morning if I don't see you at the Patreon hangout tonight for those Patreon members. My Draw, Jaded Valkyrie, Marathon, John Lockridge. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Merrick, I see you there, Merrick the Mad. Yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.